with their nails done.
Okay, before you go say something about Broken War, hear my thoughts first, on why I consider this as one of the best swords in the game right now. Broken War was considered by some as a mastery rank fodder in the past. After ranking it at the max level, they just left it on their shelves or use it to create a heavy sword called War. Who would want a sword with just 15% crit chance and 10% status chance? It's not really worth farming it on the Stalker since the stats are pretty mediocre. Although it has some decent slash damage, still, it wasn't enough since you can't make the slash proc often, nor do some decent damage to higher level enemies. But that changes after the Old Blood update. The Broken War received a massive boost in terms of stats. From 15% crit chance, it becomes 35% and, from a poor 10% status chance, the developer decided to increase it to 20%. But the stats alone are not the only contributing factor. Right after the melee rework, wherein we can easily reach 12 times combo multiplier, Broken War has become more powerful, because not only you can do red crit, but also you can achieve 100% status chance easy with this weapon. With all these massive improvements, it's clear that this weapon should be one of the most sought out weapons in the game. Now let's talk about mod setup. In my case, I have 3 mods set up for Broken War. One is a fast attack setup, which focuses on virulent slash. The other one is another fast attack setup, which only focuses to inflict slash damage on the enemies. And the last one is a hybrid build, wherein you can use both fast attack and heavy attack. So the first mod setup looks like this. Weeping Wounds can give us about 108% status chance at max combo multiplier. That's almost every time since we can easily get to max combo counter fast, and we can maintain it with body count. And since we can achieve 100% status chance effortlessly, we can just put both Primed Fever Strike and Northwind to form the viral damage, and increase our overall damage output. Primed Reach is a personal preference, but in my opinion, this is a quality of life improvement to almost every melee weapon. The range does help you hit multiple targets with one swing, which does help you build up your combo counter fast. The downside of having Primed Reach though, is sacrificing something in your build, and in my case, I choose to sacrifice an attack speed mod. The attack speed won't bother you that much, but, if you are one of those players who values speed, then you have 2 options. One is by using the Narrowman focus tree, and making sure you have Power Spike, or, you can also use Arcane Strike on your frame. The next build is somehow similar to the first one, but it has no viral element. It's all about slash damage, and making enemies bleed to death. The good thing about this build is you can put attack speed, which helps your Broken War build up the combo counter really fast. But the downside is, it has no viral element which halves enemy health. Well, it doesn't matter that much, since the bleed will kill the enemies. It's a slower death compared to the first one, but still, it assures you that enemies will die with just a couple of hits. The last build variation is a combination of fast attack and heavy attack. The idea of this mod setup is to build up your combo counter fast, and then use heavy attacks once reach max combo counter. Sadly, its heavy attacks do not proc bleed damage like the Reaper Prime or a Scythe Saw, but the damage is pretty good compared to other heavy attacks. Also, I have modded this for corrosive, since I needed the melee combo efficiency from the Focus Energy mod. To further lessen the use of combo count per heavy attack, try to use Zenuric Focus and its inner might. Before you go, I would like to say that all the mod setup I've shown you are not the best for this weapon. It totally depends on the frame you are using, or what play style you would like to play while wielding the Broken War. However, go dust off your Broken War if you have it, and try it with the different build variation I've shown you. One last thing, for those asking if this is the best melee weapon in the game, it is not. If you have watched my recent video about the new King of Melee after the recent rework, then you already know that every type of melee weapon has a big dog, and I can consider Broken War as one of the top tier, if not, the best sword in the game right now. For those who haven't watched that video, I suggest you go take a look, as you may learn a thing or two from it. Just go check the link at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.